Welcome back to Change Your Life. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of Morgan silver dollar value coins. In this video, we'll explore the iconic design, hidden treasures, and shocking history behind the top 3 most valuable, expensive, and ultra-rare Morgan silver dollars from the United States of America. We'll be revealing rare Morgan dollars from 1881, no mint mark, 1883, no mint mark, and 1885, no mint mark. These legendary coins are composed of 90% silver and 10% copper, making them some of the most historically important silver coins ever produced by the U.S. Mint. The obverse features the powerful image of Lady Liberty, while the reverse displays the iconic American eagle, symbolizing strength, freedom, and national pride. At first glance, these Morgan silver dollars may appear dirty, worn, and heavily circulated. But don't let their condition fool you. Some of these seemingly ordinary silver dollars could be worth thousands or even millions of dollars today. So before you spend that old coin, stick around, because you might be holding a fortune in your hands. Backhand index pointing right first up. Coin number 1. At first glance, it feels heavy in the hand. Cold. Solid. Honest. An 1881 Morgan silver dollar doesn't scream for attention. It doesn't shine like modern coins. Instead, it carries the quiet confidence of something that has survived generations. The surface is worn, the edges softened, the silver dulled by time and touch. Dirt clings to the recesses. Scratches crisscross the fields like scars from another century. To most people, it looks spent. Finished. Forgotten. But to collectors, this is where the story truly begins. This coin was born during one of the most chaotic financial periods in American history. The United States was drowning in silver. Mines in the West were producing more metal than the economy could naturally absorb. Silver prices collapsed. Politicians panicked. The government was forced into action, not by collectors or historians, but by economic survival. Out of that chaos came the Bland-Allison Act, a law that compelled the U.S. Treasury to buy millions of ounces of silver every single month and turn it into coins, whether the nation needed them or not. That decision gave life to the Morgan silver dollar. Designed by George T. Morgan, a British engraver brought to America for his talent, this coin symbolized power, wealth, and confidence at a time when the country desperately needed all three. Lady Liberty appeared stronger, more realistic, more human than ever before. The eagle on the reverse stood bold and commanding, wings spread wide as if guarding the future of a nation still finding its footing. The 1881 Morgan silver dollar, struck in Philadelphia with no mint mark, entered circulation during a strange contradiction. Millions were minted, yet many never reached the public. Bags of these dollars were stacked in treasury vaults, untouched for decades, while others were pushed into commerce, bouncing from saloons to railroads, from factory wages to poker tables. Some lived sheltered lives in storage. Others were worked hard, passed hand to hand until the metal itself began to soften under human history. This particular coin tells the second story. Its dirty surface and heavy wear are not flaws, they are proof. Proof that it moved through real America. Proof that it paid for meals, drinks, tools, maybe even survival. Every scratch is a moment. Every worn letter is a transaction long forgotten by people, but not by the metal. This coin didn't sit quietly in a vault. It lived. And here is where modern collectors often make a mistake. They assume value lives only in perfection. Bright surfaces. Sharp details. Mint state shine. But seasoned collectors know that circulated Morgans like this can carry a different kind of power. The right strike. The right wear pattern. The right historical context. These details separate ordinary silver from extraordinary demand. In rare cases, certain 1881 Morgans, depending on die characteristics, strike quality, and provenance have sold for amounts that feel unreal to anyone who only sees face value. The silver itself matters too. This is not plated metal. Not base alloy pretending to be precious. This coin is 90% silver, 10% copper, a formula meant to last, meant to endure. Even after more than a century, the weight feels authoritative. The sound it makes when tapped is unmistakable. Real silver speaks differently. And as global demand for physical silver rises, coins like this become more than collectibles. They become tangible stores of history and metal combined. There is also psychology at work. Morgan's silver dollars are iconic. They represent a lost era of American money when coins were heavy, valuable, and trusted. When a dollar was meant to last a lifetime. For many collectors, owning an original 1881 Morgan is not about flipping or selling. It's about connection. About holding something that existed before electricity was common, before cars filled streets, before modern banking reshaped money itself. And yet, sometimes, history surprises us. Coins once dismissed as common resurface with rare attributes. Collections are re-examined. Estates are discovered. A single overlooked detail turns an ordinary Morgan into something extraordinary. That is why experts warn again and again, never rush to sell a Morgan silver dollar without understanding it fully. What looks worn to one person can look irreplaceable to another. So if you ever hold an 1881 Morgan silver dollar like this, dirty, worn, heavily circulated, pause before you dismiss it. You may be holding more than silver. You may be holding the echo of a financial crisis, the weight of political decisions, and the craftsmanship of a bygone America. Some coins change hands. Others change lives. And history has a habit of rewarding those who look closer. At first glance, it doesn't look powerful. The silver has darkened with age. Heavy toning wraps the surface in deep grays and soft browns. The edges are smooth from decades of handling, the once sharp details now relaxed, almost tired. Oxidation sits quietly in the corners, and the fields carry the marks of long circulation. To the untrained eye, it looks like an old, worn dollar that has seen better days. But this 1883 Morgan silver dollar is not weak. It is experienced. And experience, in the world of coins, can be priceless. This coin was born in a strange moment in American history. By 1883, the United States was drowning in silver. Western mines were producing metal faster than the economy could absorb it. Silver had become so abundant that it threatened financial stability. Prices fell. Markets shook. The government was forced to act, not out of passion for coinage, but out of necessity. New laws demanded that the Treasury buy massive amounts of silver every month, even when it didn't need it. The result was an ocean of Morgan silver dollars flooding into existence. The 1883 Morgan was struck in Philadelphia, carrying no mint mark, during a time when supply far exceeded demand. So many dollars were produced that the government didn't know what to do with them. Vaults filled. Warehouses overflowed. Entire rooms were stacked floor to ceiling with heavy canvas bags, each one holding thousands of untouched silver dollars. New storage facilities had to be built simply to contain the excess. These coins were not made because people asked for them. They were made because the law demanded it. And that is where the mystery begins. While many 1883 Morgans slept for decades in sealed bags, others escaped into the real world. Some entered circulation. Some paid wages. Some crossed bar counters, poker tables, and dusty roads. The coin you're looking at lived that second life. Its heavy toning and worn surfaces are evidence of movement, of human contact, of time spent outside government walls. This is not a vault coin. This is a survivor. The toning tells a deeper story than shine ever could. Silver reacts slowly with air, moisture, and environment. Over decades, it records where it has been. Dark halos, uneven coloration, subtle textures, these are fingerprints of history. Collectors understand this language. They know that natural toning cannot be faked easily, and when it appears honest and undisturbed, it adds character, depth, and sometimes serious value. This coin wears its age openly, without apology. What many people don't realize is that condition alone does not define worth. Yes, uncirculated 1883 Morgans exist in large numbers. But rarity is not always about mintage. It is about story, demand, and timing. Certain 1883 Morgan silver dollars, especially those with unique die characteristics, strike qualities, or exceptional natural toning, have commanded astonishing prices when collectors compete. Not because they are shiny, but because they are different. The metal itself carries weight beyond its face value. This coin is 90% silver and 10% copper, real, dense, honest metal. It was designed to last, and it has. More than a century later, it still holds presence in the hand. It feels substantial, authoritative. In a world of paper promises and digital numbers, a Morgan silver dollar feels real in a way modern money never does. There is also emotion tied to this design. George T. Morgan's liberty is not abstract or symbolic. She looks human. Strong, calm, and grounded. The eagle on the reverse stands powerful, wings open, guarding a nation still defining itself. This coin represents confidence during uncertainty, order during excess, and permanence during economic chaos. That symbolism resonates strongly with modern collectors who see echoes of today's financial world in the past. This is why experts always warn against rushing to sell. A heavily circulated Morgan silver dollar can look ordinary to one person and extraordinary to another. Without understanding strike, toning, die varieties, and collector demand, people often let history slip through their fingers for a fraction of its true potential. Coins like this have rewritten fortunes before, not overnight magic, but patient discovery and informed decisions. So if you ever hold an 1883 Morgan silver dollar like this one, pause. Don't judge it by wear alone. Don't be fooled by dull surfaces or dark toning. You may be holding a piece of America's most oversupplied silver era, a coin that survived storage vaults, economic experiments, and more than 100 years of change. Some coins are spent. Others are endured. And a few, when understood correctly, have the power to change everything. At first glance, this coin does not beg for attention. Its silver surface is dark, muted, almost shadowed by time. Heavy toning covers the fields like a quiet fog, and deep grime has settled into the recesses of the design. The edges are soft, the relief smoothed by years of hands, pockets, and transactions that no one recorded. Scratches cross the surface without pattern, not damage, but evidence. Evidence that this coin lived a long, hard life. To most people, it looks spent. But to those who understand history, this worn 1885 Morgan silver dollar looks powerful. This coin was born during one of the most unnatural moments in American monetary history. In 1885, the United States was producing silver faster than it could use it. Western mines were pouring out metal in such overwhelming quantities that the government had no choice but to intervene. Laws forced the Treasury to buy millions of ounces of silver every single month, whether the economy needed it or not. The result was staggering. In that single year, the Philadelphia Mint struck more than 17 million Morgan silver dollars, flooding the system with heavy silver coins backed not by demand, but by political pressure. The government quickly realized it had created a problem it could not easily solve. So many silver dollars existed that they could not circulate naturally. People preferred lighter paper notes. Banks had no use for mountains of metal. Entire shipments of freshly struck 1885 Morgans were sealed into canvas bags, stacked in vaults, and forgotten. New storage facilities were constructed simply to hold money no one was spending. These coins were technically legal tender, yet millions of them never reached a single pocket for decades. But not all of them stayed locked away. Some escaped the vaults. Some were released during shortages. Some entered circulation through wages, trade, and chance. The coin you are looking at now tells that story clearly. Its dark toning did not form in a sealed bag. Its grind did not grow in a climate-controlled vault. This Morgan traveled. It was handled. It was exchanged. It lived among people during a time when silver still meant something. The toning on this coin is not cosmetic, it is historical. Silver reacts slowly with air, moisture, and human contact. Over decades, it records its environment like a diary written in chemistry. Deep charcoal hues, uneven coloration, and surface darkness are signs of age that cannot be rushed or replicated honestly. Collectors recognize this immediately. They know the difference between artificial shine and natural survival. A coin like this carries authenticity that polished examples often lack. Despite the massive mintage, the 1885 Morgan silver dollar holds a strange position in the collector world. Because so many coins were stored untouched, high-grade examples are common. But circulated pieces with honest wear, natural toning, and original surfaces tell a different story. They represent the minority, the coins that actually served their purpose. When collectors seek character, when they seek history that feels real, coins like this suddenly matter far more than their numbers suggest. The metal itself reminds you why these coins still command respect. 90% silver. 10% copper. Heavy. Solid. Unforgiving. When you hold it, there is no illusion. This is not symbolic money. It is not paper. It is not digital. It is weight, density, permanence. In an age where wealth feels abstract, the Morgan silver dollar feels final, like something that cannot disappear overnight. George T. Morgan's design only amplifies that feeling. Liberty is not idealized beyond humanity. She looks real, calm, confident, unshaken. The eagle on the reverse stands wide and grounded, not soaring, but guarding. This coin was never meant to be flashy. It was meant to project stability during chaos. And that message has only grown stronger with time. This is why experienced collectors warn people not to rush. A dark, worn Morgan silver dollar can look ordinary to the untrained eye. But under the right evaluation, considering toning, strike, surface originality, and demand, certain examples have sold for staggering amounts. Not because of hype, but because the market recognizes stories that cannot be recreated. Coins like this have shocked families, rewritten inheritances, and turned overlooked drawers into serious discoveries. So if you ever come across an 1885 Morgan silver dollar like this one, stop. Do not clean it. Do not polish it. Do not rush to sell it for quick cash. What you are holding may be more than silver. It may be a survivor of America's most excessive silver era, a witness to policy mistakes, economic pressure, and human use. Some coins were made to be spent. Others were made to be stored. And a rare few worn, dark, and honest were made to endure. And sometimes, endurance is where fortunes begin.